What's going on, everybody? The Germ here. Going on a little road trip today to Maine, doing what they call a dealer swap, which I'll explain to you guys in a moment. To protect this gentleman's identity, we're going to call him Harry.
I would rather be called Richard.
Okay, so we're going to go with Richard.
Richard.
Not Harry.
No.
Okay, or Harry Richard.
Harry Richard.
There we go. So, the subject of this video is Richard over here. You were going on a dealer swap the other day, and I'm going to tell him what a dealer swap is first, and you got caught speeding. So we're not going to get into that yet, but so what was going on with this with him? We're going to get into a second again. So what a dealer swap is, if anyone doesn't know, I work for a dealership, okay? And what a dealer swap is let's say you bought a brand new car and we didn't have your car in stock. Like say you wanted a brand new Chevrolet Blazer, for example, and you wanted one in red and you wanted a certain trim level on leather seats. Well, we'd see if there's another one in the area and we'd go to that dealer and go pick it up. So that's basically what we're doing right now. We're actually going to pick up a vehicle at another dealership all the way in Maine.
Yep.
Which is 4.5 hours, right?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, what happened to the screen?
Okay.
The screen's not working. That's not... Oh, okay, because I turned it off. Oh, you know what we'll do? We can just turn the volume down. So, yeah, so we're going all the way to Maine to go pick up a car, and I figured it'd be an interesting subject to talk about his situation. Now, this poor guy, okay, he's a young guy, so I might call him kid by accident. It's no disrespect. He is my coworker. I consider him a friend. He's also a neighbor because he lives in the same town as me, and I just found out he's a big FDR guy too, because he just showed me his FDR tattoo, which is really cool, actually. So you were doing a dealer swap, right?
Yep.
And was this in New York?
So yeah, it was in New York. We were going up to Cortland.
You were going up to Cortland, and I remember that day very vividly. This was a couple days ago, and I remember it was raining.
Yeah, it was pouring.
It was pouring.
On and off all day.
So you had set your cruise control, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and now normally when you set your cruise control, okay, you set it at a reasonable speed compared to the speed limit. Yeah. I mean, I was just going under the speed limit, so which I just realized, so we just upped it a little bit. But right now the speed limit is it's 45. Why is it 45 on this highway? I was going 65. Okay, so I was doing what you did. I'm no better than you.
Yeah.
So I usually set my cruise control, if it's at 65, I set it at 72. And I'm on a rush. I don't need to get there any faster. So he sets his cruise control. What do you set your cruise control at?
It was a 65 mile per hour zone. I set my cruise control, which I thought was a great 85 mile an hour.
85.
And it was not.
And it's pouring.
Pouring rain.
And he sets his cruise control at 85. So
that's a good speed.
Jesus. So you're driving for how long?
So I've been driving for maybe an hour and a half at that point. I got another 2 hours to go.
Okay. Yep. And what happened?
So I'm driving, and I see I pass this cop, and I know immediately. He pulled me right over, comes to the car and says, "Hey, you know how fast you were going?" I said, "Of course. I had my cruise control set for 85. He said, 85? I got you going 97.
Oh, God.
So I got ripped for 97. 97 miles an hour.
97. So now, myself, I'm at work. I'm the finance manager at the store. He's one of our newer sales consultants, and I feel really bad for him because he really is a good guy. I really sincerely mean it. He's a really good dude, and he will do anything for anyone that asks him to do it, which is awesome. And he's a very rare newbie. Literally, you ask him to go get a car, he'll go grab it.
Oh yeah.
And why I feel so bad for him is because he just started. I don't know what was it, like a month before the coronavirus?
Yeah, I started in February.
So you started in February, and then I think somewhere in March.
Oh, yeah.
So he came from another dealer, but you weren't selling cars at that dealer. You were being
BDC.
Okay, which is
so it's more.
They don't know what that is.
It's more or less the internet work that comes from the car dealership. So all the inquiries online comes right to me, and I kind of disperse them out as the online representative.
And they were making you some promises there, right?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be a sales guy, supposed to do this, supposed to do that, but I got promoted actually. I started doing sales for the last week I was there, But I just kind of sat at my desk and got a paycheck. I didn't do a single thing because they didn't want me to do a single thing.
So he came to us. We hired him for the first couple weeks. I would say 2 or 3 weeks. You were doing the lot.
Yep.
We needed a little bit of help, and then we weren't going to pull the same thing the other dealer did.
Yeah.
But we wanted you to get familiar with the product, do the lot a little bit since you were new to it.
Of course.
Get used to the cars, and you were doing very well. And then we're going to start. You started selling cars, and I think you actually sold
I sold a few.
cars.
I sold a few. So far, I got 10 total under my belt at the shop. But in the beginning, I was not selling at all. It was not selling at all.
Right.
Maybe 2 or 3 when I first got on the floor. But yeah, it was tough.
So now we're going to go back to the whole Corona thing, and then his speeding. So he started out. He was doing the lot. Then he just started selling cars, doing real good, very personable, good kid, and no disrespect. And he started selling cars. He was doing well, and then we shut down for, I think it was like a week, where we weren't allowed to come in or do anything, and it sucked. We were all sitting at home. They were working from home, but there really wasn't much action the first week. And then I think it was the second or third week, we were finally able to come in by appointment, but still not a lot of action. And then all of a sudden it started picking up. But what he was doing is, we were allowed to bring cars to customers' houses, so you were doing a little bit of that, right?
Yep. Wherever I could.
If we needed a dealer swap again, where we went to another dealer to go get a vehicle for a customer that we didn't have in inventory, he was like, yeah, I'll go get it. So this is how that story started. So he was on a dealer swap, going to get this car. You get pulled over. The cop says you're going
97
when you think you were going.
I thought I was going 85.
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. So where this story gets interesting is, here I am at work. Okay, I'm not the manager you talk to, because I'm the finance manager. He really has to deal with the sales manager, and we do a lot of phone calls on speaker in my office, in the sales manager's office. So it's just the way we are. He's in the office next to me, sales manager. So I hear him. He got pulled over, and New York State Trooper.
Yep, New York State Trooper.
And you give him your license, and dude, what the cop say to you?
Oh, he laughed. He was surprised I was even able to drive still. He pulled up my record, which did have a lot of tickets on it, which I cleared, and he said, "Man, you have a whole Bible here full of tickets." So I ended up having to show my papers, because I got a suspended license. So what you do is, if you don't know, is once you unsuspend your license, they give you a piece of paper saying, here's your receipt for paying off your tickets. Now, when you get pulled over, it will not be in the system for a little bit that you cleared your license. So you got to keep these pieces of paper on you at all times. So if you get pulled over, you can prove that your license isn't suspended. But clearly, I don't do any of that, so I didn't bring any of those papers with me. And when the cop asked me for those papers, because it says clearly that I need them, I played dumb. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have these papers.
There's more to the story than I heard.
So then I had to have somebody from the dealership drive an hour and 40 minutes out.
Well, hold on. There's more to that, because before that, you had asked. You thought the papers were in your car.
Oh, yes.
At the store.
Yep.
So we went in your glove box, got the papers, and the cop didn't even care.
No, he didn't.
Even though you had, even if we took a picture of it, a clear, like a PDF,
clear as day,
he did not care. He was not having it.
He said I needed the physical copy, and I told him, I said, I can provide you the pictures. I can provide you this. It's at the dealership, unfortunately. He said, all right, no problem. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull you over here at a gas station, and you're going to wait 2 hours.
And he made the gas station attendant watch you. Like he was babysitting you.
He said, here's where you're going to park. And I look up, and the camera for the gas station is pointing right where I'm parked. So the lady inside knew if I went anywhere. So I went in there. We had a good conversation, me and the lady in the gas station. And so that was awful.
I wonder how many times that cop's done that and had somebody pull over right at that location.
He was like, he knew. He said, oh, just pull over here. There's a gas station around the corner. I called the lady. She knows you're there. I was like, that was so fast.
And if you left, right?
Oh, if I left, they said they were going to come find me, bring me to jail, and impound the vehicle, which, by the way, is a company car. So I I would not be in good shape with work on that one. So it was quite the day.
It was
to wait.
And you were good, what, hour and a half out?
Oh yeah, I was an hour and a half out, and I was 2 hours away from the dealership, which, mind you, once I waited the hour and a half, 2 hours for someone to come and rescue me and give me my papers, I then had to proceed 2 hours to get the car, and 3.5 hours back. So it was quite the long day, which I thought would be back at 3. I didn't end up getting back home until about 7 or 8.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awful.
And you know what's funny is the sales manager, and I heard him on speaker, did actually talk to the police officer.
Yeah.
And the police officer was actually really nice to us and really kind. And you know, the sales manager who talked to him is actually a very kind guy, and it was the perfect person to talk to this cop. But
yeah, it was.
He's like, you know, he said, you know, Harry seems like Richard seems like a nice guy, but he has a little bit heavy of a right foot. So yeah, he was nice to us over the phone, and he said that I think basically he put out an APB where if you were continuing driving.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, you continued the trip, but we switched plates.
But we switched plates so that they didn't know. Yeah, dealer plates.
So it was kind of comical.
It was pretty comical.
I gotta know, be honest, on the way back, how fast were you going?
On the way back.
On the way back. What's the fastest speed you went?
I tell you, it took me an extra hour on the way back. Speed limit was 55, I was going 54. Speed limit was 65, I was going 64. I wasn't risking anything of that.
And I'll tell you what, like I said, he was like an hour, I think an hour and a half away from the dealership.
Yeah.
So when we'll call her Samantha.
Yeah.
When Samantha went to go meet up with you, I was joking around, and she found out we lied to her and told her it was like 45 minutes because
really?
she wouldn't go. Yeah. So we lied to her and told her it was 45 minutes because, you know, this is one way, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's 3 hours. So
just to help me out.
She was off and she was off that day too. So we lied to her, told her it was like 45 minutes, and then she put in her GPS when she got to work and found out what it really was. It was pretty comical, man. And
for you guys.
Yeah, for us. I mean, you know, we'll see if he's still working there next week, but
yeah, exactly my point.
The big boss didn't find out yet.
Oh, nope.
The mediocre boss found out.
Yes, we're gonna try to keep it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work out.
But he's a good guy, man. I mean, you know, he's just got to slow down. So
yeah, gotta get the lead out of my right foot.
I thought that was a good story, and now here we are now going to Maine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to find some adventures for you guys to film while I'm there, because I never go to Maine. So, you ever been to Maine?
I've never once been to Maine.
I've never been to Maine. I want some lobster. You like lobster?
I love lobster. I hear they got great seafood in Maine.
Dude, I know I'm gonna get some crap for this, but I had it once before, and I tried looking it up last night. It doesn't seem like the season, but this might sound really bizarre. McDonald's has a lobster roll, and it's freaking awesome. In Connecticut,
for the record, this guy loves McDonald's.
I don't love McDonald's. It's all right, but they have it in Connecticut, Massachusetts. It's basically New England. Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, and I feel like there was one other state. Parts of Connecticut, not all of Connecticut. And man, I had it like I want to say it was a year or two ago. It was good, man. It was real. It was real lobster. It was real lobster. It was $9 for this little sandwich.
Like the McRib.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it.
You like that too? Oh, it's disgusting.
You know where you can get a McRib? I swear to God, it tastes just like it. We have this gas station called Speedway.
Yeah.
And this sandwich that they have, it's a McRib. It's a McRib. I gotta do a video on that sometime for you McRib lovers.
It's pretty much a McRib.
It is a McRib. I think there's no onions on it. I want to say there's pickles.
Okay.
But there's no onions, but it's a McRib in disguise. I know McDonald's Corporation is supplying them somehow.
You know a McRib when you see it.
So anyway, a little off subject. I hope you guys enjoyed today's little vlog. Thank you very much for your story, because I thought it was a cool story. It is kind of comical. I mean, I feel bad for the dude at the same time, but
I'll pay to get it over with.
It is a good story. It is a good story. So thank you for the story.
Of course.
All right, guys, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, share the germs, but don't spread them. I love you guys.
Down there.
Hit a comment below. I want to see. Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what the fastest you ever gone in a car is on a public roadway, not on like a racetrack, and I want to know what you guys got caught at.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not even going to say what the fastest I went. I used to have a Cadillac CTS-V back in 09, which is supercharged, and it was like 556 horsepower. I was going in well into the 3 digits speed, and I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I am the Germ. This is Harry Richard, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.